Hello and welcome to this video on the life and legacy of one of the most renowned playwrights and poets in history, William Shakespeare. In this video, we will explore his life, his works, and his impact on literature and culture. Early years. William Shakespeare was born in Stratford-upon-Avon, England, in 1564. He was the third child of John Shakespeare, a glovemaker, and Mary Arden, the daughter of a wealthy farmer. Little is known about Shakespeare's early years, but it is believed that he attended the local grammar school, where he would have received a classical education. William Shakespeare was baptized on April 26th of that year. His father, John Shakespeare, was a successful leather merchant and local politician, and his mother, Mary Arden, was the daughter of a wealthy landowner. Shakespeare grew up in a comfortable, middle-class household and received a good education at the local grammar school. Little is known about Shakespeare's early years, but it is believed that he attended the King Edward VI Grammar School in Stratford, where he would have studied Latin and Greek. He likely left school at the age of 14 to help his father with the family business. In 1582, at the age of 18, Shakespeare married Anne Hathaway, who was 8 years his senior and pregnant at the time. The couple had 3 children, Susanna, born in 1583, and twins Hamnet and Judith, born in 1585. Shakespeare's life in Stratford during this period is largely undocumented, although it is believed that he worked as a schoolteacher and a law clerk. By the early 1590s, Shakespeare had moved to London and had begun a career as an actor and playwright. He quickly gained fame and success, and by the end of the decade, he was one of the most popular playwrights in England. Despite his success, Shakespeare remained closely connected to his hometown of Stratford-upon-Avon throughout his life. He retired there in 1613 and died there in 1616 at the age of 52. Career as a playwright. Shakespeare's career as a playwright began in London in the late 16th century. His first plays were performed at the Theatre and the Curtain, 2 of the city's earliest theaters. Shakespeare quickly became a popular and successful playwright, writing a wide range of plays that explored themes of love, tragedy, and political intrigue. Some of Shakespeare's most famous plays include Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, Macbeth, Othello, and King Lear. His plays were performed at the Globe Theatre, which he co-owned, and were enjoyed by both the common people and the aristocracy. Shakespeare's career as a playwright began in London in the late 16th century, during the reign of Queen Elizabeth I. Style and themes. Shakespeare's writing is known for its poetic language and complex characters. His plays often explore universal themes of love, jealousy, betrayal, and redemption. Shakespeare's writing is also known for its use of puns, wordplay, and double meanings. Influence on the English language. Shakespeare's writing has had a profound impact on the English language. He is credited with inventing over 1,700 words, and his works contain some of the most famous phrases and expressions in the language. Examples include to be or not to be, all the world's a stage, and neither a borrower nor a lender be. Romeo and Juliet is one of William Shakespeare's most famous plays, and is widely regarded as a masterpiece of English literature. The play tells the tragic story of 2 young lovers from warring families, the Capulets and the Montagues, who fall in love and secretly marry, only to be torn apart by the hatred and violence between their families. Hamlet is one of William Shakespeare's most famous plays, and is often considered his masterpiece. The play tells the story of Prince Hamlet of Denmark, who is visited by the ghost of his father and told that he was murdered by Hamlet's uncle, who has since married Hamlet's mother and become king. Hamlet becomes obsessed with revenge, but his indecision and his own psychological struggles make it difficult for him to act. The play is known for its complex characters, including Hamlet himself, who is torn between his desire for revenge and his own moral and philosophical beliefs. Other memorable characters include Polonius, the foolish and meddling courtier, Ophelia, Hamlet's love interest, who is driven to madness and suicide, and the villainous King Claudius, who is consumed by guilt and fear. Macbeth is a tragedy written by William Shakespeare, and is one of his most famous plays. The play tells the story of Scottish General Macbeth, who receives a prophecy from three witches that he will become king. Driven by ambition and encouraged by his wife, Lady Macbeth, Macbeth murders King Duncan and becomes king himself. However, he is consumed by guilt and paranoia, and his reign is marked by violence and bloodshed. The play is known for its powerful language, vivid imagery, and exploration of themes such as ambition, guilt, and the corrupting influence of power. The character of Lady Macbeth, who is often seen as one of Shakespeare's most complex and fascinating female characters, is particularly memorable for her ruthless ambition and her unraveling as the play progresses. Macbeth is also famous for its supernatural elements, including the three witches who prophesy Macbeth's rise to power and the ghost of Banquo, Macbeth's murdered friend, who haunts him at a banquet. The play remains popular today and is frequently performed on stage and in adaptations for film, television, and other media. Its enduring appeal lies in its exploration of the human psyche and its portrayal of the dangerous consequences of unchecked ambition. Legacy and impact. Shakespeare's impact on literature and culture cannot be overstated. His plays and poetry have been translated into every major language, and his works continue to be performed and adapted for stage and screen. Shakespeare's writing has influenced countless writers and artists throughout history, and his plays have been interpreted in many different ways, reflecting changing attitudes and values over time. Shakespeare's legacy also extends to the English language itself. Many words and phrases that we use today were first coined by Shakespeare, including eyeball, bedroom, and break the ice. His plays also helped to standardize the English language and shape its grammar and syntax. Shakespeare's impact on literature and culture is immeasurable. His works have been translated into every major language, and his plays continue to be performed and adapted for stage and screen. Shakespeare's writing has influenced countless writers and artists throughout history, and his plays have been interpreted in many different ways, reflecting changing attitudes and values over time. Today, Shakespeare is widely regarded as one of the greatest writers in the English language. Controversies and criticisms. Despite his lasting legacy, Shakespeare's life and works have not been without controversy and criticism. Some scholars have questioned whether Shakespeare actually wrote the plays attributed to him, while others have criticized his portrayal of women and his use of racist and anti-Semitic stereotypes. However, many scholars and literary critics argue that Shakespeare's works are a product of their time and must be understood in their historical context. They also point to the enduring power and relevance of Shakespeare's writing, which continues to resonate with audiences around the world. Collaborations. While Shakespeare is known for his solo-authored plays, he also collaborated with other playwrights. For example, he co-wrote several plays with John Fletcher, including The Two Noble Kinsmen and Henry VIII. Some scholars believe that Shakespeare may have also collaborated with other writers on some of his earlier works. The sonnets. In addition to his plays, Shakespeare is also known for his collection of 154 sonnets. The sonnets explore themes of love, time, and mortality, and are written in a distinctive rhyme scheme. While the identity of the fair youth and the dark lady who are the subjects of the sonnets is unknown, they have inspired countless interpretations and literary analyses. The Globe Theatre. Shakespeare's plays were performed at the Globe Theatre, which he co-owned. The Globe was an open-air theatre, and could hold up to 3,000 spectators. While the original Globe was destroyed by fire in 1613, a replica was built in London in 1997, and continues to be a popular destination for theatregoers. Thank you for watching this video on the life and legacy of William Shakespeare. We hope you enjoyed learning about this remarkable playwright and poet, and the impact that his works have had on literature and culture. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more great content.